I'm not sure if I want to stay. Hometowns are right around the corner, and today I went into it with questions or doubts. She's got tears streaming down her face, and I blame myself for that.
The scary part's the possibility of going home. You deserve to be happy. I do not want to leave here without a hometown.
In this setting, I do have to be a little bit selfish. I have no idea what I'm going to do.
Woo! Tensions were high as Rachel had her final round of dates before the hometown visits.
Yes, the Bachelorette is, of course, our Toyota People Pick of the day. And back breaking down all the drama with us is season 20 Bachelor cast member Olivia Caridi.
Hello, this
I
is
know.
So excited. Get ready. She is about to just go nuts.
I am.
So Rachel spent the week in Switzerland, but she definitely didn't stay neutral, as all three of her one-on-one dates were repeats, starting with Brian, who revealed his last girlfriend broke up with him after going to a wedding with his family in Colombia. Watch what happens, and we will react.
It was just little things that I started noticing that she wasn't really ready to compromise with, and she wasn't gonna meet my mom halfway in that sense. So when we left that place, I didn't know that she was upset. We come back from that trip, I thought everything was cool. And a couple days later, she calls me, she's like, all right, we gotta talk. And she tells me that she's breaking up with me because of my mom. And, you know, of course, my mom was like heartbroken. It's like, wow, my only son, the woman he loves, and I'm the culprit, you know, why they, fell apart. So, I mean, I guess it just goes back to how important family is, and that's why I'm a little scared.
So this was kind of weird for me. We didn't really get to hear any of the details why the mom clashed. Would this be a red flag to you?
I would have, I was said, you know what, this rose is not for you. Here he says all this, and then she's like, I cannot wait to meet your mom. And I'm sitting there like, why?
Yeah, well, let me just say this. Michelle on Facebook, by the way, thinks that Brian's going to win. I think he has a great chance because Rachel is putty in his hands, and you could just, and that's what, to your point, she doesn't care about those details, I don't think. No. But do you think that Brian's hometown visit is going to go well? What do you?
Well, I knew the minute he was talking about how his mom is the reason his ex and him broke up, I knew he was going to get a hometown because we're going to have the whole, oh, the mom, that's going to be the main part of the hometown. So I knew he was going to get one. I think it's going to be fine.
Let me just say, it's so steamy between them. And I have money on a bet here that they added extra sound effects when the two of them made out later on.
All they do. I'm like, when do they talk?
It was such a soppy
They just make out all the time.
They really do.
I can't. I'm jealous, I guess.
So Rachel's next one-on-one was with Dean, who spent the whole date stressing about telling her about his family issues, leading to very awkward moments like this.
Ooh. Talk to me about it, Dean. Talk about your feelings.
What's your favorite dinosaur?
Dean. No, but I mean, seriously.
You're so pretty.
Dean, stop being a child.
I know.
So he eventually revealed that his dad was never really there for him emotionally after the death of his mother. You know, it's heavy stuff that Dean's dealing with, but I don't know. How do you think this affected Dean's chances?
I just think it's not even the family thing. It's just his age. Like, he's a year older than me, and he seems so much younger than me, let alone for a 30-year-old woman who's ready to get married. He just doesn't seem like he's ready to get married.
I think he has a lot of stuff going on, and his defense mechanism is to laugh and do jokes.
To make it light,
And so I think he needs to get past that in order to have a deep relationship.
He always pulls it, like he's always at one point in a date wins everyone over.
Yeah.
Because then he starts opening up. He always somehow.
But compared to the other guys, he does seem a little less sort of mature in
He
some
looked
ways,
miserable
like
on
that,
the entire date.
I
Literally
know.
miserable.
He's so cute. Dean also warned that his dad has become increasingly eccentric. We got a little taste of that in the preview for next week. How do you predict Rachel's visit to Dean's hometown will go?
I hate to say, I think they're just going to exploit the dad
I think
who looks
we've
like
already
a wizard.
seen it almost, right? In the tease, a little bit.
I hate that they're going to make that a joke, but I know the show. They're going to do it.
They are, definitely.
So,
we don't know. They may have a lot to work with.
Yeah.
So look, Rachel's last one-on-one visit was with Peter, who also had the very first one-on-one date of the season. Now, he made this emotional reveal about the end of his last relationship. Watch.
I pulled out of the driveway with all of my stuff back to my car, and we hugged and said goodbye. And as I pulled around the corner, she's waving to me, and she's got tears streaming down her face. And I watched her disappear in the rearview mirror as I turned the corner. And I blame myself for that. For a very long time. So I held on to that guilt for a very long time. abandoning this woman who I loved, but could not give all of my love to.
Oh man, so Olivia, does Peter seem like someone who's emotionally ready to get engaged?
I'd say I think he's ready over everyone else so far.
Yeah?
Okay. Yeah.
I think
Did this conversation surprise you though?
I just thought he was about to lead into like, and she is dead or something. Like that was how they were editing it. So I'm
But
glad
that was not the case.
I'm glad that it wasn't like that, because that's where I thought it was going. But I mean, you can tell that he has had emotional feelings for someone, where I feel like a lot of these guys haven't had that yet.
You know that he actually can feel things, which is good.
Yes, like Eric is sitting here like, I've never been in love.
You can also,
Brian, you can
also tell he's read many Nicholas Sparks novels. I think is what the biggest
And he's a
reveal
good
is.
like crier, but not an actual cry, like a whimper.
So will Rachel be able to tear down the emotional walls that he seems to have?
Yes, I think Peter's into Rachel. I think he's just playing hard to get.
I think Peter for the win, honestly.
I don't want him to win because I want him.
She also loves Nicholas Sparks novels, everybody.
I love Nicholas Sparks. He's meant for me.
The episode ended with Rachel going out with the 3 remaining men, Eric, who's had a one-on-one date before, and Matt and Adam, who never really got any alone time with Rachel. So unsurprisingly, Matt and Adam got sent home. Surprisingly, Rachel had a very emotional goodbye with Matt. So watch this.
I don't get it.
Unfortunately, like in this process, other relationships have moved past it. So in saying all of that, like I feel like I can't do a hometown. But I just want you to know that like it's meant so much for me, for you to be here. And it's been such a pleasure getting to know you.
No,
I hate to say goodbye to you like this.
She's in tears. He's like, okay. And for those who don't remember, Matt was the guy who showed up dressed as a penguin on night 1 and then got virtually no screen time after that.
None.
Were you surprised by this goodbye?
This goodbye made 0 sense to me. And if they did have a relationship, it's a shame that ABC chose not to show it.
We didn't see it at all.
Because it made no sense. All of a sudden, we're like, why is she so upset over this guy that we're just seeing him for the first time? We didn't even know his name. So yeah, shame on ABC for not giving us that relationship if it really was that good.
Kind of the same thing with Adam when he said that he had the strongest relationship with her in the house.
Adam's a little delusional.
But no, the best night for Adam was last night. I was watching, I was like, wow, that's a great guy anyway.
Yeah.
So, but we'll stick with him for
next
now.
Next week, we'll head to Brian, Dean, Peter, and Eric's hometowns. Whose visit are you most excited to see? I think they'll all be very different for different reasons.
Well, just Peter, so I can stare at him. Honest, I don't know. Eric, I'm worried about. I just don't see it there for them, so I'm a little worried about them. But I think the other 3 will be.
I think Dean's nervous.
I know.
Right now in real time.
I think Dean doesn't want a hometown.
Week.
Dean was like basically trying to be like, please don't give me one. My family, it's so hard. And she's like, I still want one.
It'd probably be good for him in the long run to actually have it, though.
That might be true, yeah.
I need to see what's up with the dad.
Yeah, well, we'll all find out together. Olivia Caridi, thank you so much for being here. Make sure to listen to Olivia's podcast, Mouthing Off. It's doing really well.
It's
Congratulations
doing well.
on that.
Really good.
Get on board, guys.
And watch ABC's The Bachelorette Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern. Thank you.